All right, quick update on the markets. Let's have a look at all three: FTSE, Germany, Wall Street. Let's look at what happened this week. In fact, let's go to the weekly. Isn't this interesting how prices have kind of stopped right there? And I think it's across the board. Yep, it is across the board. Okay, Wall Street is a bit different. Okay, so Wall Street's, you have this guy who started this push up, but you also have this SNR right there, and prices so far has halted around this SNR, right? It's always a range, a range, right? So, and we don't yet know this leg has ended. I think it's across the board as well. Yep. So looking at it from this time frame, we have this push down and also this push down, which has ended again in this range of SNR. Well, in this case, it's where that guy started the push up. Whether you say that guy or that guy, either one. So let's go into FTSE. Let's have another look. Oh wow! I think earlier in the month I was on a buy here, somewhere there, and I exited around about one of these candles, one of them, in anticipation of a pullback, which happened. But I was anticipating the pullback to come low, but not this low and not in this speed. What I mean by that is this push down and this push down, quite different, right? This one is stronger than this push down, which means once we have a pullback, which can come up all the way to this SNR, and in fact all the way up to these guys up there, I am anticipating another push down. Now Germany and FTSE, I like FTSE, but so far it's not doesn't really appeal to me, because you have all of this, which is great. Let me go down one more time frame. Okay, so we have these levels, right? See, all of these are levels to me where prices can come up to, and ultimately up to here before coming down again. So on one hand, this is great in terms of the levels. We're to look at it from a high time frame point of view, this level, and also here, probably the most important one, once all of this rolls over. So I like it, but see, this I like even better, and I sort of saw it in the daily. We have this push down and this push down. And so far, this push down is weaker than this. So in terms of which one is going to turn quicker, it's going to be Germany. Now, this push down, I'm anticipating it ending somewhere here. But that's not confirmed yet, right? In order to confirm that, we'll need some sort of pullback, either as a trend, a range, or a channel. somewhere around here. To confirm that this move down has indeed ended. But for the time being, let's assume it does end here, and this guy, or well, yeah, these guys here who made all of this push up and push up is once again aiming to go for another run, at least to here, if not all the way up to there, right? One more market before I delve into Germany. I really like Germany. Wall Street I don't like that much because it seems to be right in the middle of things. See, on Germany, I am more confident that where prices are could be where it settles down, whereas on Wall Street we're right in the middle of between here and here, and it's anyone's guess what could happen. Prices, I can see erratic movements similar to these erratic mess that happened up there, where prices go up and then come down and then go up and then come down again. This is going to be very messy. Ultimately, prices does want to come down to here, but looking at it now, I don't know whether this run, this leg down, is indeed going to end at this SNR, pull back and then go for another leg, or whether it's going to halt in this SNR temporarily and then push down. And if it's the latter, it will mean this leg down hasn't ended yet and is still in progress. And we're not at a strong level where I can say with anticipation that yes, it's likely going to happen. If prices came down to here, then I can say, okay, we're at, prices came down to here, then I could say, yes, we're at where the buyers last made their run, and I know prices are going to react again. Whereas this SNR, yes, I think it's a strong SNR. There are buyers here. If we go down to a low time frame, you'll see them clearer, but it doesn't appeal to me at all. So out of the three, Germany looks the best to me, and I think Germany is going to be the one that turns quicker. Also, look at this move. Isn't it a lot smoother than Wall Street? Wall Street, which just came straight down, similar to FTSE as well. They've come straight down, whereas Germany has done so in stages, which is great. So, but we're not quite ready for the turn yet. They'll be the first to turn out of the three markets, but it's going to take a bit more time before it happens. I say that because, let's see here, we have this push down and then this push down and then this push down, and push up which came up quite strong, but we're in the midst of another push down. This hammer is a good sign, but it's a red hammer, meaning the sellers are not dead just yet. And we're seeing signs that buyers are here because of the hammer, but it's a bit too early still. I want to see sellers die out, and another sign that buyers are here. So let me go down to one more time frame. So we have this push down, and then this, and then this, and then buyers. This is the first sign of buyers coming in strong. But these sellers and also these sellers are not done yet. Isn't it interesting? We have this S&R. We have this S&R. We have sellers here. And even if buyers were to beat this level, you have sellers here as well. So I'm anticipating sellers pushing down one more time. We're also, interestingly enough, we're also in sellers territory. As in, you have this guy and also this guy who are seemingly making another push down, at least coming down here. I'll go down to one more time frame just so we can see more details of it. But on this time frame, it looks as though we're almost ready for for sellers to die out and buyers to come in, but not quite yet. So 15 minutes time frame. Oh, also look at this. Boom, boom, boom. Neckline right at the S&R, meaning this is a very interesting area that we're in, because textbook will say, okay, this reverse head and shoulders, when the neckline is broken, buyers are going to come in. When the neckline is broken, it's time for the buy, right? So people will be looking at this saying, okay, let prices come up one more time, break this neckline, and they'll buy. But it's a trap. It's a trap because this is what the big boys want. They want more buyers to come in so that they can sell. And it's very, once you start seeing stuff like this, it's quite obvious that they're trapping things. They're trapping people. They're setting up a trap, because you have this big push up versus this push down, which is weaker, I should say. But if buyers were to beat this level, taking out that guy, you have that guy relatively close by, who want people to buy so that they can sell down so that they can sell and take prices down even more, at least down to this level where you have buyers, where the buyers started their move. So ultimately, it's not these guys versus these guys. It's actually these guys versus these guys. And you might think, well, the buyers are stronger here. Yes, but sellers are stronger here. Not here. So what I'm anticipating this week, what I want to see, is for prices. I want to see this continue to go up. So something like this. And then this level to be broken. And let me go down to one more time frame, just so we can see the details of this. So I want buyers to push up and break this level, going upwards all the way up to these guys here. Now if they break this level, I think if they come up to anywhere between here and here would be perfect. It was the 15,600, 640, right? Yeah. So between here and here will be perfect, because once prices break this level, we're gonna have all the people looking at this reverse head and shoulders and saying, okay, the neckline is broken, I'm going to buy. And the people who sold from up here are going to have their stops more or less just slightly above. So all of that will propel prices upwards even more, which is what the sellers want, which is what this guy up there wants. Because the higher they come up, the more they have to sell to. Which I think would be great, because it will mean you have several levels where you can get in on this. You have ideally up here the 15,640 level. If you can get prices up there as it's turning, and hopefully it spikes slightly up and you can catch it right about there as it's on its way down. Secondary level will be round about here, so the lower ends of this area, and at the very last point you can catch it on the neckline as it's coming back down. And I think when prices reach here on the way down, it's going to come down hard all the way up to where these buyers are. I would say up here, the 500 level, which would mean in terms of range you have a good 100 point of movement. Yes please, yes please. 100 points at least 100 points, I should say. Ideally you want to catch it up here or run about here. Hopefully, what I would love is for prices to do something like that, right? Break this level, and once it breaks, let me do that better. Once it breaks this level, comes up and then stalls round about here, giving me enough time to see when this is going to happen somewhere up here. So let me see if I can do this better. I want to see something like this. And on the lower time frame, on the 5 minutes charts, you can track the levels and see when the sellers come in. First leg of sellers, first set of sellers I should say, and then here the second set of sellers, and then jump in on a lower time frame when you see that you have lower highs and lower lows. So that's what I want to see on this. And And the reason why I say the 15,500, so let me go down to the 5 minutes. You can see the details of it. You can see here, see this range again, right? This was the battle. And isn't it interesting? You have something like a squeeze here, but it's sort of like just broke. Normally, a squeeze, you'll see something more like this, right? And then it breaks. Prices break through. But instead, we have this and then a breakthrough there. What happened to something like that? This isn't much of a squeeze, which makes me wonder how strong these buyers are in the first place. And if correlation has anything to do with this movement down, it could mean prices doesn't end here, but perhaps spikes down a bit or comes down even lower. Prices don't have to end here. This is just where I think it's likely to end. It can perhaps come down to here, or this SNR, or even lower. Perhaps prices wants to come all the way down to here, the 14,600. Which will mean this move down hasn't ended yet, and it's not going to end here. Instead, it's going to come down. Let me see if I can do this better. It's going to come down before the buyers make another attempt. And from a wider time frame point of view, this is what this is gearing up to, because we're starting to see a curve on here. It's not quite ready yet, but if prices comes down with even more steam, breaks this level, instead of halting and turning, we could very much see the first sign of, okay, the bears are here, and they're here for a very long time. Because if this were to happen, prices coming all the way down here, it's very unlikely that the prices will reach this high again. In other words, it will use the underside of this SNR as a bouncing off point to go even lower. And I think that could correspond with what's happening on other markets, i.e. Wall Street. Wall Street's not ending at this SNR and instead coming all the way down to these guys, or even lower. Let's have a look at FTSE. Oh, wow. See, FTSE is already on its way downwards. Prices wants to come all the way down here. But FTSE is slightly different because we have, oops, don't know what happened there. We have this, oops, I did it again. I think it's because I'm trying to grab the top of the screen. Okay, so we have this, which I'm seeing on FTSE. So prices could bounce up here, but reaching here and here, unlikely. And if that were to correspond with what's happening in Germany and also Wall Street, there's a question of how strong is this level going to be. It's still early to say, but I think we'll find out this week. If we start to have a pullback, and this pullback comes in strong, then we can say, okay, this leg is over and it's weaker than this leg. We can expect another leg down before the buyers eventually come in and then take it upwards, at least to this level. But before that, what I'm anticipating for the week, and this is my preferred market out of the three, is a sell for prices to reach here, at least here. If it doesn't reach here, I'll need to reassess. But I think we'll see prices reach the 15,500 level. And depending on how this guy comes down, we may see prices hold here or turn. So if these guys that come down do so in a weaker manner than these buyers, then I would anticipate the buyers then at some point taking over from here. But it's not going to be that sudden. I think it's more likely we'll see buyers come in with sellers come in with strength. Buyers come in, sellers push down one more time and are unable to make this low, perhaps not even this low, and then buyers take over. Yeah. So first things first is the sell and then the buy this week. I think we'll see the sell later on in the week. There is a news announcement, I want to say Wednesday, Thursday, one of them, which could be the fuel to either the buy, the push up, or the sell. I don't know which will happen when prices are here. I'll need to reassess when prices reach this level to see what's likely to happen. But yes, this Monday/Tuesday, I do expect prices to go up and then come down one more time. It'll be interesting to see whether this happens or not. But I'm anticipating this week. And as I said, we have a good, because of how prices are very close together, how the sellers are very close together at this level and this level, I do anticipate at least 100-point move that can be grabbed this week. After prices come up and start to drop, you can grab them here. Okay, so let me leave it there. I think we have a very interesting week ahead where we're either going to see this move continue, this secondary leg continue, or we're going to see it end here later on in the week with a confirmation of the buyers. Let me do one more scan of the daily. Yeah, see, I don't like Wall Street at all. And FTSE, yeah, I don't like either one. I'm going to stick with Germany. Germany is easier to read. All right, I'll leave it there for now. I'll have another video, if not Monday, Tuesday, I want to say, just to track this, because I do think it's interesting, and it will be fun to see whether my anticipation is correct or completely wrong. All right, I'll leave it there for now. Bye for now.